जय हिंद साथियों, पुलकित सर रीजनिंग बैच लॉन्च हो चुका है 13 जून को। तो इसमें मैं आपको पढ़ाऊंगा रीजनिंग इन सभी एग्जाम्स के लिए यूपीएसआई 2021, यूपी पुलिस कांस्टेबल, यूपी SSC पीईटी, आरआरसी ग्रुप डी, आरआरबी, एनटीपीसी, सीईटी 2021, एसएससी जीडी, एसएससी सीपीओ, सीजीएल एमटीएस, स्टेनो और टीचिंग एग्जाम्स के लिए। इसमें आपको मिलेंगी डेली लाइव क्लासेस, क्लास सॉल्यूशन पीडीएफ, डेली प्रैक्टिस क्वेश्चंस और क्विज आफ्टर एवरी टॉपिक। इसमें आपको मिलेगा एक स्पेशल फीचर हर शनिवार लाइव वीडियो कॉलिंग, जिसमें हम आपके पर्सनल डाउट्स को दूर करेंगे। तो साथियों, अभी जाकर एग्जामपुर ऑफिशियल ऐप डाउनलोड करें और ज्वाइन करें पुलकित सर रीजनिंग बैच।
Jai Hind guys, welcome to Online Ventures and I am Nitin Mishra, your English educator. How are you all? Do let me know in the chat box. And as this is the very first class of your English grammar, and I hereby welcome Nishu, Tomar and Sangeeta. Good afternoon and Jai Hind from my side. I expect that you are all fit and fine and doing well in your preparation. Guys, as soon as you join the session, do let me know in the chat box. And I would like to start up my class by first of all setting up a goal in your mind. Guys, this channel, Online Ventures SSC and Railway exams, helps you prepare in exams like SSC CGL, CPO, CHSL, as well as further various exams like insurance and banking. And here I, Nitin Mishra, your English educator, am coming up with my daily session from today onwards. As you all know that you all are, here to attend the class of grammar. And in morning 10 a.m. I come up with the vocab section. So today in the grammar section, daily at 12 p.m. I repeat, daily at 12 p.m. we will be interacting, learning and talking about grammar. Further, as to the need of vocabulary, the daily vocab show in English is telecasted, and I go live for you all at 10 a.m. and it covers SSC exam, bank exam and as well as defense exam. So I guess every one of you can attend the lectures and can learn grammar as well as vocabulary. It will be a complete package of English learning for you all on this platform, Online Ventures by Exampur SSC and Railway exams. So guys, first of all, I would like to draw your attention towards what we are going to discuss. As you can see that we in this class are talking about determiners and articles. So determiners and article is the major topic that we will be discussing in this class. And determiners and article sounds very easy, sounds very, comfortable topic, but plays a very vital role in our examination. Whenever I look back towards what previous year question paper has asked as a question in our examination, I find that 20% of the entire question paper covers this only topic, which is articles and determiners. Although it sounds easier, but obviously it plays a very important role in our examination. To set the class pedagogy and step-by-step procedure of learning, I would like to tell you that how I basically design my class. Guys, my technique and medium of teaching is very practical. I obviously abstain myself from using rules, and I do not use rules as far as book and notes are concerned. I always prefer making practical approach, and obviously I'm going to teach you things in a very practical way. I will definitely say that you will be going to appreciate it. Khair, let's see who is in the session. We have Himanshu, we have Robin, we have Nitesh, Abhishek Chauhan. Good afternoon. And guys, I again thank you all to come in the class. आप class में आए, that is commendable, and आप मुझे motivate करते हैं, appreciate करते हैं, that I truly want to appreciate. Let us start the session. This session is of grammar, and we will be using the technique of communication. We will be communicating between each other, and we will be observing what as an output, what as an outcomes we get. So guys, I definitely can see that there is a statement on the screen. I believe that you all are able to see and read it very well. So I would begin my class by asking you a question. Do you really think that you are able enough to reply the meaning of the given statement? Can you read it? If you can read it, reply the meaning that you observed, that you understood by this statement. The statement is consist of 3 words: guard, watches carefully. Guys, can you tell me the meaning? And the reason why I'm asking you this such question, obviously this is a descriptive question where I'm asking what the meaning of the statement is, and this type of question doesn't come in the examination. But the reason is I want to tell you something very important, something very big, something that you need to take care of. So make an attempt and let me know what do you understand by the statement. We have Priyanka Tripathi, Pariksha, and Pragya, Robin, Himanshu. Guys, it would take only, I guess, 30 or less than 30 seconds if you can share this video, this YouTube link to your WhatsApp, Telegram groups that you are belongs to, or several platforms where audience are there, and you can obviously make them aware of such session is being conducted on online benchers platform. That will be a great help by you, so that we can definitely gather by several students, and they will give you a healthy competition as well, so you will also be benefited और मुझे भी motivation मिलेगा. So guys, the question statement is guard watches carefully. Robin has replied, and Robin has said that guard is taking care of something very carefully. That is a reply that I have received from Robin. Let me see what other people are replying. Nishu Tomar has said guard ध्यान पूर्वक देखता है. Then after I guess अभी कोई खास reply मिला नहीं है. Thank you. I request and appeal every one of you who is watching this video, kindly share this and reply in the chat box what do you mean by the statement. After Nishu and Robin, okay, I am looking forward to have some more replies. Let me see who will answer it first. Okay, so Nishu, Sangeeta, Abhishek, Nitesh, Himanshu, Priyanka, Pariksha, and Robin. Priyanka Tripathi says guard looks carefully, means they are alert, means he is alert, attentively looking at thing, means performing his duty. Okay, anyone else who can reply? Guys, this session is going to be very interesting. Why? Because you will learn every day, every second, every moment something new in a new interesting manner. Because I am such a person who avoid using rules. Obviously the technique I am going to use will be interesting. So guys, the statement is written in a certain way where we have 3 words that are consisting this statement. We can see there is a full stop, and hence it is called a statement. And I ask you to reply over what you understood, I mean what the sentence means, what the sentence suggests. And the reply that I have received from you, I mean जो आपने जवाब दिया है, that truly, I mean the reply suggesting me how you are thinking or how do you think. Basically, you are, instead of reading a statement, I just ask you to read a statement, but you, instead of reading a statement, you are applying a random rule first, and you are not aware of it. You might be thinking that what rubbish the teacher is, discussing. I haven't applied any rule, but trust me guys, that is the point that I want to initiate with. I just asked you to read this statement, but you, instead of reading it genuinely, have applied one, unexpected rule unknowingly that you are itself not aware of. And the rule that you have applied is, I guess, more than one. The first rule that you have applied, is that this is a subject. Instead of reading the statement, before even reading the statement, you have applied, or you have make up your mind that this is the subject. When you looked at this, again you did the same. You fixed yourself that this is a verb, and you have prefixed yourself in a certain way that you observe that the tense of the statement is present indefinite. It happens because you have been taught, rule after rule, wherever you look at in the English statement, you just try to H for only rules, nothing else. So guys, let me tell you one thing, that this way is definitely, not going to help you. This way is not going to help you. Then let me see what you should do. Basically, God watches carefully is a statement, and the possibility depends upon how you are recognizing these very words. If I say that this is my cell phone, and suppose I'm talking to Abhishek, Abhishek, guard my cell phone for a moment. Do you think I have said what you read here? Obviously you find a difference now. Why? Because here I'm speaking a statement and you're observing my emotion, you're observing my way of speaking. But when I'm saying that guard, what is this? Watch. अगर एक से ज्यादा हो तो आप क्या कहेंगे? Watches. मैंने यहां पे कहा था guard watches carefully. रक्षा करो घड़ियों की सावधानी पूर्वक. And this was a statement where guard acted as a verb. Imperative sentence begins with verb. You all know it very well. Imperative sentence begins with verb. Guard. What are you guarding? Guard watches. How you are guarding watches? Carefully. That means this becomes a noun and guard becomes a verb. Something exactly opposite what you have understood. Shubham Rai, exactly. You are right. I guess you have recognized it. So guys, I would like to draw your attention towards what things that we should avoid when we read something. We should definitely read things or sentence in a certain way so that rule should not be involved. Just read by your present mindset and build your mind with the ability to read anything very carefully. So guys, here I am looking towards just a moment. Now, thank you. So guys, okay, you can look at here. We are talking about determiners of noun, as the topic is determiners and articles. So anything that you look like verb call or guard, drink, anything, water, things that you have learned, memorized as a part of a speech, I guess played a very negative role in your learning. Let me tell you one thing. Any word that we use as a verb in a statement can also be used in a different parts of speeches. For example, when I take a verb like call, call can be a verb, and sometime call can also be a noun. And if you truly want to distinguish between these two, then you can put an article, I mean a determiner, then you will see that call without determiner is the verb, call with a determiner will be a noun. For example, if I say I got a call from the PM Modi, got means मैंने प्राप्त की, I received. What I got, what I received something, and that is a noun, a call. If I say I called PM Modi, then this call will become an action and will be a verb. Definitely, the conclusion here is that any word can be used in a different manners depending upon the methodology, the psychology, the way of using these very words. Thank you, Shubham Rai. Thank you so much. I guess it is time to move ahead, and let me tell you something more about these very determiners. And I'm beginning in a very general and generic way. Do not worry about the level, because I'm starting with the very zero level and I will take it up to the examination and difficulty of the examination. Determiners of the noun. When we talk about determiners of the noun, we can come to a definition. We can say that determiners are such words that obviously, identify, declares, or define something as a noun. Whenever we have a determiner, what a determiner of noun really do? They basically define something as a noun. For example, as we just a moment earlier discussed, call is a verb, and the verb call can also be used as a noun. When we use a determiner, when we use an article, it will turn into a noun. And this is how you can see that drink, again I'm taking another verb. Drink is what? Drink has no determiners, drink has no article with it, so here it is a verb. A drink, suppose I have a tray and I have a number of glasses of drinks there. I can ask you obviously that Pariksha, Vicky, Priyanka, Nakul have a drink. What do you mean by have a drink? In the statement have a drink, do you think drink is a verb? No, because we have used an article that declares drink as a noun. As a noun means it will be a name of certain things, like things we drink. And this clarifies one more thing here. Whenever I talk about determiners, guys, I repeat my statement, whenever I talk about determiners, I'm not only talking about articles, because drink is a verb. A drink obviously will be noun, but it is noun because there is a determiner used before it. We can also use several determiners, like my drink. Would you like to have my drink? Would you like to have my drink? Here my is not an article but is a determiner. So again, doing the same thing, it is also trying to define this word drink not as a verb but as a noun. So guys, जो statement मैंने आपको दिया था, that was guard watches carefully. If you will ask me, sir, what mistake actually have I done, then the answer is you read the statement with carelessness. You were not attentive while you were reading. Guys, first of all, let me know in the chat box, as the approach I'm using is deductive, it is explanatory, it is not with certain rules, and I'm just talking with senses, what I feel, what I observed, what my learnings actually are. So I would like to know your perspective. Are you able to understand the story till now? Is it clear, everyone? What I have been taught, is this clear? Shall I move ahead? And you, when looked at the guard, you never had a second thought. You didn't try to understand whether guard has come with a certain determiner. Guard has to be understood as a verb or it has to be taken as a noun. As you were in the flow of reading, you just applied a rule, you found something as a clue of a grammar rule that you have studied, you just did in a flow, and that is causing you to commit the errors. Basically, guard watches carefully means you have to identify what is noun, what is verb, and obviously using determiner you will differentiate them. If I use that, my guard watches carefully, if I use this guard watches carefully, if I use a guard watches carefully, if I use the guard watches carefully, I mean to say, if I use any of the determiners before guard, only then I will be accepting guard as a noun, otherwise not. So to give the meaning that you have suggested, I should write the statement as the guard watches carefully, means there is a guard and the particular guard who is there is performing his duty very carefully. But if you will not be using this, your meaning will obviously be absurd, which will be wrong, and the statement that I have suggested was also not fulfilled with this statement. To fulfill them, I must use guard the watches carefully, only then the meaning that I proposed would be understood. Guard my watches carefully, only then the meaning I proposed would be understood. So guys, obviously the answer given by you and the answer given by me, both answers were wrong due to not identifying the determiners. So the moral of the story is, everywhere where determiners are given, we consider them as a noun. If the determiners are absent, we will take them as a verb, and words can be used in a different manner depending upon what we want to use. We will be using determiner sometime and we will be avoiding determiner sometime. Okay, when it is about types of determiners, that how many types of determiners are there is, then there are several determiners. You may say that determiner is a big family. There are a lot of members that belongs to determiner family, and the very first member is article. The very first member of determiner family is article. Article is a determiner, but article is not only the determiner. Article is a determiner, and there are certain more type of determiners like possessive adjectives. Possessive adjectives are also determiners. Likewise, article. Demonstrative adjective. Demonstrative adjective, I mean to say this, that, these, those, they all are again determiners. What they do? They declares, they defined something as a noun. Likewise, possessive adjective. Likewise, articles. Similarly, adjective of numbers and quantity, also a kind of determiner. Okay, chalo. Just a moment, guys. Just a moment. Can you help me in this? Can you help me in this? Guys, just a moment. Just a moment, guys. Okay, thank you so much. Can you give me a pen here? Okay, chalo. So we were on type of determiners. Next type of determiner is distributive adjective, which is each, every, either, neither, both. Interrogative adjective, and there are certain phrases like quantity and number phrases like plenty of, a large number of, small amount of, a lot of. These are all determiners. And what conclusion can we draw from here is that there are many determiners. As I told you, these such, I mean at least 6 I have quoted here. There are many determiners. Article is one of them, and article is one of the determiners, and there are certain more determiners. So guys, it is time we should discuss what actually articles are, what type of articles exist, what are the usage of articles, and we will all be using and understanding this. Guys, articles are of two types: indefinite articles, definite articles. Indefinite article a or n, definite article the. When it is about, I mean talking about usage of indefinite articles, obviously noun without reference. When we have a noun without any reference, we use article a or n. And I guess here it is time to understand what actually a reference is. Reference basically means when you have an address to reach to the noun, when you can identify the particular noun with a reference. I will be using some example for this, do not worry. And here I am talking about noun which is not specific, noun which is, I guess, random, noun which has no reference with it. So guys, obviously I guess I can say that I have 5 fingers. Yes or no? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many fingers do I have? 5. And if I am not giving you any particular reference, agar I am not giving you any particular specific reference, obviously, okay, obviously then you will not be having, okay, thank you. So if I have 5 fingers and I've asked you guys, please pick any fingers out of these 5, then you will be using a or n, because here you have the option of picking this one or this one or this one. I mean any random finger can be picked up, and this is the idea of noun without reference. I mean to say any out of many. If you are able to choose any finger out of many finger, then the statement in English will have the use of a or n. Likewise, pick any finger, or pick a finger, or choose a finger, or select a finger. Why I am using article a here? Because I want to initiate with the idea of any out of many. For example, suppose I have a tray, and on the tray I have several glass of drinks. Then for the idea of all the drinks are same, all the drinks are Coca-Cola, and I can ask you that, guys, have a drink. Have a drink. Now hereby means have any drink out of these many. मतलब मेरे पास बहुत सारे गिलास ड्रिंक के भरे हुए हैं, आप उनमें से एक नहीं, कोई भी ले लें. So to present, to implicate the idea of any out of many, we use article a or n. Guys, I am trying my level best to make you understand without using grammar, I mean rules, and I'm trying to make it as practical as possible. If you appreciate this, please share and like the session. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Now, when you say any out of many, when you say any out of many, what does it reflect? Basically, it indicates a member of the whole class. Again, if I say a member of the whole class, what does it mean? It means it indicates any random member of the class. And to understand this, I would like to talk to you. Would you like to interact it? Would you like to feel interacted? So guys, I guess I should take some names of boy student. Likewise, Abhishek Chauhan, are you there? Likewise, Robin, are you there? Prince, I guess आप भी class में हो. And साथ ही we have Vicky, Abhishek, and Nakul Yadav, Shubham Rai. So guys, if you boys are there, please mark yourself present in the chat box so that I can talk to you. What I'm trying to make you understand is what exactly A or N is and why they have been in use as an article in English language. As here you understood that A or N is an indefinite article. It is used when noun comes without reference, which means any out of many, any which has not been referred, any random out of many, and this indicate a member of the whole class. A member means any member, not specific one, but any member out of whole class. So Prince, Abhishek, Robin, Vishal, Himanshu, do you think that you are a boy? Reply my statement. Are you a boy? Yes or no? Are you a boy? Yes or no? And why I'm asking such question is, boy being a common noun, I repeat my statement, boy being a common noun indicates a class, indicate a group, indicate a whole class, boy, and Prince is a member of the boy class. Prince belongs to boy class. Prince is a boy. क्या आपको ये boy के पहले एक क्यों लगा? Do you truly understood this? If I take another name, like Robin, Robin is a student. Again, guys, I want to draw your attention towards not only towards rules that have been taught in books, but I want you to understand and you should feel it, that whenever we say I am a student, that means student is not you, student is a class. I mean, a group is known as student, having the same attribute. They belong to the common group of student, and you are a member of that group, and that is why you can use I am a student. Okay, if I say are you a son? Yeah, son is a class again, and you are a member of that particular group, so you will say yeah, I am a son. Are you a husband? A husband, husband is another class. You belong to that group. You are not the entire group. You are a part, a member of the group. So you say, I am a husband. Guys, I expect that you are fully with me. I'm just trying to explain, elaborate things, although very slowly, because I want to put my foundation in a very firm way, and I expect that this is very clear. Now I would like to explain some more examples. When we say my wife Pinky gave me a flower, why a is before flower? Because flower is a class, flower is a common noun, flower is a group, and whatever was given by my wife was a member, a thing belonging to that group. So when you talk about any out of many, when you indicate a member of the entire whole class, then you use article A or N. I hereby declares, I expect that you understood this well. Shall I move ahead? Thank you so much, guys. Definite article, I mean the. When it is about using definite article, I mean the, we use definite article only and only when we have a reference. Obviously these are articles, I mean determiners, comes before the noun. So when we have a noun given with a reference, we always use article the. Thank you so much. Guys, to go deeper into the discussion, I would like to tell you that it is not only about A or N, it is about, taking decisions, it is about identifying errors, it is about identifying logics, and it is also about identifying the reason behind why we do so. So guys, universally, to conclude these very article and concept of article, let me tell you something more deeper into the discussion. Definite article A and N. In the world, in English literature, in everywhere where you are using English as a language, and either you are speaking or you are writing or you are reading, do not go into the dilemma that the speaking English is different than what we write. No, wrong. Things that you read, things that you listen, things that you speak, you write in the same manner. Obviously, when you write or speak, abbreviation can be there, but grammar doesn't change. So all grammars are same, not likewise you say speaking is different and this is written grammar. No, not such way. Everything is same because you cannot speak something other than what you write. So guys, indefinite article universally can be concluded in certain way. You will use article A or N. Please note my point. If you have pen and paper, use them and concentrate here. I'm giving a key to success in the exam for articles. If A or N is given and you want to check that whether it is correct or not, if you want to check the authenticity, you can check it by these very three things. A or N represents these three ideas. If these three ideas can exist, yeah, you can use A or N, otherwise not. What I mean to say? I mean to say very simple and small thing, that if article A or N is given, I repeat, if article A or N is given, then just check these three things. No matter what exception, no matter what rule has been said, just check whether the idea of any out of many exists or not. If idea of any out of many exists, you have to use article A or N, and if the idea of any out of many doesn't exist, is not possible, is wrong, is erroneous, you will avoid A or N. How? Let me tell you. Guys, it has been said in a, I guess, certain omission of article, it has been said as a rule that with water, with uncountable noun, or it has also been said as with material noun. I mean, there are a lot of rules. It has been said that with water, we should not use article A or N. Now, let us check it out with this, what I have been, taught, what you are taught. Can you say any water? If you think that it is possible for you to say, give me any water, then only you can use article A or N. But you practically know it very well that to say give me any water is impossible for you, then you cannot use article A or N. No need to mug up, memorize these such rules which are lengthy and dilemmatic. Just remember one thing: if the idea of any out of many exists, you cannot use article, sorry, then you can use article, otherwise not. For example, if I say that I have a friendship, I have a friendship. Obviously any friendship cannot exist, so you cannot use a friendship. आप कह सकते हैं I have friendship. Okay, चलो. Thank you so much, guys. Now let's talk about each out of many. If I remember correctly, I am remembering of one rule again, and it has been said in English grammar book that with rate of speed, with the rate of, or you may say a measurement unit, you also and always use article a or an. Likewise, rice is sold 30 rupees a kg, and if you want to check the authenticity that rice is sold 30 rupees a kg is right or wrong, or shall we use it or shall we avoid using a or an, how you will determine that? Obviously, the teacher have made it simple for you. Rice is sold 30 rupees each kg. क्या idea of each exist करता है? Answer is yes. Rice is sold 30 rupees each kg. There are 50 kgs of rice and you are buying 2 kgs of rice, then rate will be applies for each kg. Yes or no? So the idea of any, the idea of each, the idea of every, if exist, you will use article a or an, otherwise not. Let's talk about every. If I say an apple a day keeps the doctor away, or if I say that an apple a day keeps a doctor away, that means that if any apple every day, an apple a day means every day. I will become an actor in a day. Obviously a day means any day, means any random day, that is not fixed. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you understood it well. So if the idea of any, if the idea of each, if the idea of, okay, then we use article a or an. Moving further towards the article the has two different usage. The first use of article the is noun with a reference. Noun with a reference means when noun is further explained, noun is further described, means once you are using the noun and then further in the part of the statement you are re-describing it. I repeat, you are re-describing the same noun that you have quoted before, you will use article the. When noun has a specific reference, again you use article the. Let me tell you one example for this. Read the statement. The man, here man is a noun. Who came here is talking about the same man who is my teacher. Yes or no? So here this part, who came here, is acting as a reference. Why it is acting as a reference? Because it is talking about the same noun, it is re-describing the same noun. So whenever we have a reference for a noun in the statement, that noun always receive article the. I hope you understood the concept of reference. Reference means a noun which is further described in the statement, a noun which has a particular or specific reference. Thank you so much, guys. Moving on to the next part. Next part is union of all. When you want to make aggregation, amalgamation, union of something, you use article a or an, and it means that not a single member of this union, I repeat, not a single member of the union should be left. You make such a group where no member should be left. Everyone has to be within the group. So guys, this is why I told you some concepts of articles, and I expect that you understood them well. It is time for having some practice round, and let's discuss what we have studied. The question 1 of this class is consist of a question of SSC exam, and this question direction is read the sentences to find out correct part or parts if any. And a statement is a nationwide survey has brought up an interesting finding regarding infant mortality rate in India. And then you have D part, no error. It is your time. Read it, observe it, and identify concepts that has been told are relevant. Obviously, you will be able to answer them. So, if it is about, sir, would you please explain this? Definitely, I'll be explaining this. Guys, the statement says a nationwide survey. A nationwide survey. Let's check it out whether this article A is correct or not. Nationwide survey. What nationwide survey? What survey? Has it any reference? No, it has no reference. We are talking about there had been many surveys. We are talking about any random survey out of what have been in the past. So we are talking about any survey. So this A is correct. Okay, this A is correct. Let's come on to the next. A nationwide survey, any nationwide survey has brought up interesting finding. Okay, an interesting finding means there has been any kind of finding in the survey. There has been an interesting finding. Let's check this authenticity of use of an. An interesting finding means what? Any interesting finding. So a nationwide survey has brought up any interesting finding regarding what? Regarding infant mortality rate where then we have a reference rate only in India, specifically in India, particularly in India. Where are we talking about the infant mortality rate of infant mortality? Where? In India. And this is acting as a reference for the noun infant mortality rate. Hence here use of article the should be there. The correct statement will be a nationwide survey has brought up an interesting finding regarding the infant mortality rate in India. And this is why we were discussing when we have a noun with a reference we use article A or N. Let me know guys if it understood to you or not. क्या ये आपको स्पष्ट है? Let me know in the chat box. Abhishek Chauhan says the India, not the India. We never use article the before India. Please mind it. Nishu Tomar, not the India. We always use article the with only unions or uniteds like United States of America, and when it was USSR or other, but with India we never use article the. Yes, infant के पहले द लगेगा. Right. Thank you so much guys. Is this understood? जो मैंने आपको पढ़ाया क्या आप उसे relate कर पाए? You need not look at rules in the exam hour. because it is not possible for a student to memorize or to remind of rules or case studies that has been taught in the book, because exam में इतना pressure होता है that we cannot do well. That is why let's do and learn practically. That is the primary thing. Moving on to the next question, which is question 1b part. There is another statement that you need to read and identify errors, if any. It is your turn, guys. Do it and let me know the correct answer. Guys, do it fast. So guys, answer this question. Okay. So guys, correct answer for the question will be every man, woman and children. Every man, woman and children. Guys, let me tell you first that I have manipulated the question for you to commit the errors. I want you to be attentive. That is why I sometimes manipulate the question to, make the question more difficult. And I have done many manipulation in this question. First of all, we have every. Every cannot be used with a plural noun. Why? Because you cannot say every boys, every girls, every days. You can say every boy, every girl, every day, and hence this woman and E in the woman is wrong. First of all, this is wrong. Children is again wrong. It should be child. Okay. Why these two words are wrong? Because of the use of every. I hope this is now clear. And again, I would like to connect it with the thought that we discussed in the class. Every, each and any represents article A or N, and hence you cannot use a plural noun because it cannot be said as every fathers. It should be every father. Every books is wrong. It should be every book. Hence, first error is in this. It should be every man, every woman and every child, not children, is now aware of the terrible consequences. Now, article A यहाँ पे use किया है. We have to rectify, we have to identify the authenticity, whether this use of the is right or wrong. Let's do it. The consequences. Consequences is the noun. And consequences of what? Consequences of, here we have a reference. Since we have a reference for the noun consequences, this article the is correct, but smoking is also acting a reference for a particular habit, because here not only consequences are specific but also the habit is specific. We are not talking about any random habit. We are not talking about habit of laughing, habit of making mistake. We are talking about habit of smoking. Since smoking is also a reference for habit, then we will be using article the before habit. So you can see that there are 4 errors in the question. No, 3 errors in the question. Woman, that E is wrong, it should be woman. Children is wrong, it should be child. 2 errors. And this the is correct. But before the habit, we have to write article the, hence it should be a statement containing 3 errors. I expect and hope that you are fully with me and you understood this question. Guys, if you understood this question, give me a thumbs up in the chat box. Okay. So guys, I would say that this is how I end up this class for today, and we will be learning articles, determiners in a number of parts, as this class is from scratch. So you can learn it, from every aspect of articles. You can discuss your doubts, you can talk things that you find difficult, but in the chat box after end of the session. So I'm giving you two homeworks for today. The first homework question is this, that will be discussed in tomorrow's class. So please note this homework, do it and answer this homework in the comment box when the class ends. जब ये क्लास खत्म हो जाएगी, इस होमवर्क का आप आंसर दे देना. And this is the next homework question, and you have to answer this question again after this class end in the comment box. And I find the PDF of this class in the description box of this session. इस सेशन के डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में आप इस PDF को आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हैं, डाउनलोड कर लीजिएगा फॉर योर convenience. I every day come with a vocab show as well at 10 AM as already said, and this vocab show is for SSC, bank, defense, and I guess all exam will be covered. So you can attend this vocab show with me at 10 AM daily from Monday to Friday. And obviously this was determiner class. I hope that you might have enjoyed this session. I tried to keep this class as easy, as simple and as basic as possible, and it is not like that the class of the level will remain like this. I have started and pick up my class from this level, from scratch for you all, but I will be taking up to the next level, even difficulty level of the examination, that will be experienced by you all during the journey of the events. So guys, I would like to say a good bye-bye. Have a great and fantastic academic journey. Do well in the examination. Work harder, work smartly. And this is Online Benchers by Exampur, and I am Nitin Mishra. And I will see you all in the next class. Do like and share this event, and your one share truly work as a motivation for me. And obviously you can see that I try my approach in a very practical way, so that my students should take interest and learn. I hope you might have liked this session. So don't forget to write your emotions and sweet comments in the chat box. Have a great day guys. Jai Hind. Love you.
जय हिंद साथियों, पुलकित सर रीजनिंग बैच लॉन्च हो चुका है 13 जून को। तो इसमें मैं आपको पढ़ाऊंगा रीजनिंग इन सभी एग्जाम्स के लिए यूपीएसआई 2021, यूपी पुलिस कांस्टेबल, यूपी SSC पीईटी, आरआरसी ग्रुप डी, आरआरबी, एनटीपीसी, सीईटी 2021, एसएससी जीडी, एसएससी सीपीओ, सीजीएल एमटीएस, स्टेनो और टीचिंग एग्जाम्स के लिए। इसमें आपको मिलेंगी डेली लाइव क्लासेस, क्लास सॉल्यूशन पीडीएफ, डेली प्रैक्टिस क्वेश्चंस और क्विज आफ्टर एवरी टॉपिक। इसमें आपको मिलेगा एक स्पेशल फीचर हर शनिवार लाइव वीडियो कॉलिंग, जिसमें हम आपके पर्सनल डाउट्स को दूर करेंगे। तो साथियों, अभी जाकर एग्जाम्पुर ऑफिशियल ऐप डाउनलोड करें और ज्वाइन करें पुलकित सर रीजनिंग बैच। जय हिंद साथियों, पुलकित सर